So, is Spider-Man done in the MCU? That seems to be the question that's on everybody's mind right now. So, yeah, here we go. The most controversial topic right now is not involving politics. It is, well, I guess it may be political in maybe a sense, but it's involving comic book movies. And of course, it's the news from yesterday and this week that Marvel and Sony have come or have ended their agreement on their use of Spider-Man. So yeah, for right now, Spider-Man will not be part of the MCU unless they come to an agreement later, which they could still do. I mean, it's not the end of Spider-Man in the MCU, at least I don't think. But yeah, this is the way it sounds, the way I think statements both well, actually Sony's only put their statement about this, but yeah, Marvel hasn't at all. I think they kind of like it that way. So yeah, this is kind of surprising coming out yesterday, of course, that yeah they've ended their agreement. And yeah, it sucks me because Marvel Studios, they've used Spider-Man so well in their universe so far, and they've built up his character so well in the MCU with connections to Iron Man, of course, connections to Happy, of course, in the last movie, and then of course him being in the Avengers with Infinity War, and of course the end of Endgame. But yeah, and it just there's so much tie-ins that I thought, okay, they're really gonna go through this. They're really gonna have have him in the MCU for a long period of time. So yeah, or now maybe not with the stuff that came out yesterday. But yeah, Marvel Studios, I mean, they put a lot in, and Sony's just gonna take it. They're gonna take it all away. They're gonna take their boy home, and that sucks. I mean, Sony, I don't know. It's kind of stupid from them to do this, and I'm not gonna put all the blame on Sony, of course, because I know Disney is getting a little greedy, of course, with their percentage of ownership in this, the percentage of percentage of the money they want to take in from Spider-Man. But yeah, but Sony is it's gotta be stupid, I think, because I don't think it benefits them at all. In fact, I think it benefits them the least. I mean, I know you own Spider-Man, the most popular Marvel character of them all, and he's got the best villains rogues gallery, which they're pretty much using with Venom and all. But yeah, but I think they got their. I think Sony might have a little bit of an ego right now, a little bit too much of an ego, I should say. With of course Into the Spider-Verse winning an Oscar for Best Animated Film, and then Venom, which I didn't like Venom. I thought it was a pretty bad movie, but it made a lot of money, and the Venom fans liked it. I mean, a lot of people liked it, so I won't say you shouldn't like it. You can like whatever you want. I just didn't really like it, but I hope Andy Serkis turns that around on the second movie. But yeah, man, I think Sony's stupid because I think it benefits them more having Spider-Man in the MCU than it does Marvel Studios from not having Spider-Man, because I think Marvel is set. I think Marvel can do without Spider-Man because I don't they have so many characters. Even though Spider-Man is the most popular character in Marvel, I think they have so many characters coming in. I mean, they have Fantastic Four coming back. They have X-Men coming back. I think that's cool. Deadpool probably is going to be in there too. So yeah, I think they have a lot to work with. I think they're going to be okay without him. I think because they have a lot of characters. They have other properties they're gonna come out with movies with the Eternals, which nobody knows really what it's about. So I think they're good without Spider-Man. But I think I'm not gonna of course I said I'm not gonna lay all the blame on Sony. I think Marvel Studios, of course, yeah, they got a little greedy because from what I've heard, I don't know the exact specifics, but from what I've heard is that their deal that they made back a few years ago before Civil War was made is that they were owning 5% or they got 5% of the profits that they would take in of course the movies, the Avengers movies who's part of in Civil War, of course, and the merchandise, but Sony would get all the rest of the profits, all I guess 95% more with the Spider-Man movies, of course. So yeah, so Marvel wanted to increase that by 10 times. They wanted to take in half the profits, which yeah, I think it's a little greedy. I mean, Disney's pretty good right now. Marvel Studios is pretty good right now. They could have maybe went a little bit lower, but they decided that okay, we're gonna go. They want 50. I think okay, maybe it'll be a little bit too greedy. So I'm not laying all the blame on Sony, even though I think Sony's kind of stupid that they're gonna bring bring like Spider-Man back into their fold, of course, and solely under their fold. Because yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are we gonna get like a Venom quality Spider-Man movie? I certainly hope not. I mean, of course they want to bring him like with Venom in their standalone movie, which I mean, it just sucks. I mean, hopefully they get this agreed upon. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to what we have in the future. And they have 2 movies left, so I think they've said that Sony's gonna take on Tom Holland, of course, and the rest of the cast. And I guess part of the story that probably doesn't include the MCU. And they did confirm it in this tweet, and it's kind of a weird tweet that Sony Pictures put out there. They say much of today's news about Spider-Man has mischaracterized recent discussions about Kevin Feige's involvement in the franchise. We are disappointed, but we respect Disney's decision not to have him continue as a lead producer on our next live-action Spider-Man film, which is a weird way of putting it because I feel like Sony would have made that decision to take Spider-Man back, not Disney letting him go. So yeah, weird way of putting it, Sony, but they kind of confirmed the speculation, that news yesterday, and like their of course storyline moving forward. So yeah, but I don't really have much confidence under Sony. I mean, Sam Raimi, of course, made the trilogy. I thought the trilogy, well, I mean, the first 2 movies were done well, and then the third one, I think Sony kind of messed with them, and of course when they included Venom, of course. So and of course with the Amazing Spider-Man series, first one's all right. I think the second one's very not good. So yeah, I don't think it's any good at all. So yeah, and so I have not really that much confidence, of course, with Venom, of course, as I mentioned. Yeah, not really that much confidence in Sony as a whole. But I think both sides will come to an agreement, a new agreement on Spider-Man and the MCU. So yeah, that's is my hope. Cross my fingers. But I think they will because it benefits Sony and it does benefit Marvel. Probably more for Sony's part, of course. But yeah, hopefully they do come to agreement because Spider-Man's been in the MCU and the way they've used him in the MCU, I think has been really good. So I'm hoping that hoping that they could come to an agreement. So yeah, that's all we have to hope for. So what can us fans do? Yeah, I think we can just boycott Sony. Yeah, I'm gonna go throw my PlayStation in the garbage. Peace out.